Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch. Let's get ready for May 25th. And just a reminder, May 29th, Monday, the markets are closed, the US markets. So, as we get closer to the weekend, the volumes should slow down in the markets and trade accordingly. Don't overtrade. Don't play too big of a position size. Cut your losses quickly. And live to fight another day. All right, capital preservation is the most important thing. And you don't want to blow up your accounts going into a 4-day, I'm sorry, yeah, 3-day weekend, 3-day weekend. So take it light, take some quick profits, and then call it a day. Do not overtrade. As we get into the markets here, we have the Dow up 15 points, the S&P up 2, and the Nasdaq up 5 for the night so far. The calendar coming out for tomorrow: international trade goods, initial jobless claims at 8:30, 10:30 we have nat gas numbers coming out, 11 o'clock Kansas City Fed manufacturing index, 4:30 the Fed balance sheet. We do have some Fed speak in the evening, 6 p.m. and let's see, 10 p.m. James Bullard speaks. So let's see, is there anything else on there? Nope, that's about it for economic. So not major economic information coming out for tomorrow. Fear and greed index currently at 55, so we're neutral, not too greedy, not too much fear. We are right smack dab, pretty much in the middle of things. And we'll move over to my SPY chart, and as you can see, we're almost near all-time highs on the SPY. We had that day we dropped. We're back over the 50 and gliding higher for 5 days in a row. So bulls are in charge, right? And it looks like they're going to break out over this resistance on the SPY. As you can see, the volume is dwindling down though a little bit, still volume, but it is on the way down. So probably I would suspect tomorrow might be even less. The Fed's FOMC minutes came out and the market, moved down, then it moved up. And we also had a narrow candle today, which made trading not great, but there was some trades. SPWR was one we talked about in a previous video, actually last night's video, and that one made a nice move because it was moving with First Solar. And CRM was another one I traded and closed at the highs today on CRM. So those two did really well. Had when I first started trading this morning, took a few like small losses in the beginning, then nailed this CRM, and then later in the afternoon that SPWR moved up and gave a nice move in sympathy to First Solar. Some earnings that came out after the bell tonight. NTAP came out, and let me bring over my 5-minute chart. So NTAP came out, and they didn't like the earnings that much. It did bounce from off the lows. Another one, let's see, we had NTAP. Snap had some news after hours tonight, so it dropped, popped. So Snap. Another one was HPQ had earnings after the bell, and that popped, and then it went sideways after the pop. It gave it back. What else? IPCI. Nothing much happened there. IP International Pharmaceuticals reports on launch of additional strengths of generic by par pharmaceuticals. So that didn't do much. Let's see. Halo had some news, and you can read that for yourself. And here's that HALO news right there, I highlighted for you. Let's see. It was a lot of offerings. Actually, IDXG had news, announces launch of enhancements to thyroid testing services, and that's right there. So IDXG. And I'll just scroll through these for sake of time, and I'll let you guys see some of these. Williams-Sonoma reported earnings. GES reported. That's Guess Jeans reported after the bell. CMRE offering. PTC, we had an insider purchase. What else? Anything that stands out? BTU, Form 4, purchase of over 8,000 shares on BTU. Moving after hours was GES, RDUS, PVH up, OZRK was down. GWPH had news after the bell, and that stock was pushing up. GWPH, so you know, that one ripped up. Some earnings after Thursday's close. Tomorrow, Broadcade, CAL, Costco, Deckers, the Uggs boots maker, EGHT, Zozo, GameStop, NTNX has earnings, Splunk, SPLK, Ulta has earnings after the bell. Before the bell, we have Best Buy, ANF, so some retailers there, Burlington. And let's see if there's anything else that stands out to me. Sears, SHLD, Signature Jewelers, SIG, because Tiffany reported, and their report wasn't very good, so that went down. And let's take a quick look at Tiffany. Yeah, stock gapped down and stayed down for the day. So Grubhub CEO was on Kramer tonight, and that popped up. So that was Grub. And then you see a bunch of offerings came out. I'll just, you know, and insider purchases after the bell. So, and then we have Fed speak going on. Where is it? SD. I don't see it in the that newsroom. SNDX. SNDX prices 3.8 million shares at 13.25. So that's SNDX. So their offering price came out. So in case you're in that one. All right, let's get this out of the way, and we'll get this out of the way, and we'll go into our watch list for tomorrow. All right, so we had a big pop in ADXS, so this one will be on watch tomorrow. 1.5 million shares, and we'll see how this sets up on a you know, intraday chart. Next one up is CBAY. Now this kind of reminds me of that COOL chart. And, you know, it's just kind of, you know, low volume here and hanging around the 50 SMA. And we're basing under 4. The high on this stock was $4. So if it can get over $4, maybe the volume will increase. But it is a very low volume stock, CBAY. So just be aware of that. But the chart does look nice. Maybe, you know, possible swing trade in here. It's pretty tight for the stop. So keep that one on watch if you like it. CO had a big pop. So I'm thinking there might be some kind of continuation move or intraday setup on this CO. And so this one will be on watch tomorrow. CY, another nice candle close here. 11.4 million shares on the volume. Basing under this 14. So maybe watch it under this, over that 14 spot. Or maybe a slight pullback and then another attempt at the 14 on CY semiconductor. So it's in the right space, right? Etsy, we had this gap up on the earnings. Okay, this was a earnings gap up, and now we're kind of like flagging along here, basing under 1350. The high on this name was 1348, and you know, the volume was 1.2 million. And there's, you know, takeover speculation around this name, so you know, keep it on watch. You might get a nice trade in it. And you know, every time I look at Etsy, and not that it has anything to do with it, I look at Pandora because there's a lot of takeover speculations with Sirius Radio, so I'll just throw that one out there. But I like you know, Etsy, the chart formation, a lot better. The other one you can watch is EYES, and that one, you know, the volume is not big. But you have a high of 124, maybe over 125, gets this eyes going. All right, so you know, keep your eye on eyes, right? Might get a play in that one. FOLD, looking for that 850 break on FOLD. Popped up, pulled back. Now it's basing under 850, as you can see. Over 4 million shares traded in the name today, so this one definitely want to watch that 850 break. Now I got GoDaddy on my watch list, just to show you, you know, the big volume, you know, push up in GoDaddy, and the reason, and that goes because of Wix. All right, and so we'll jump ahead a little bit, but notice Wix, right? WIX held the 50, held the 50, held the 50, held the 50, holding the 50. All right, so let's see if this one can get over If we can start getting back over the 20 SMA here. So this one might be, one to watch as a swing trade. Maybe it gives you another continuation up on wicks, okay? Because it does like to bounce off the 50, so we'll keep that one on watch. Let's get back where we were. Oh, and by the way, GoDaddy is not a watch for me. I was just showing that to show you wicks. GES, that's the one that had earnings after the bell popped, flagging, so maybe this will be on watch for tomorrow. GLBS, everybody's going to be watching this GLBS. We had volume 9 point something million shares. So, this thing is a funky trader, and just be careful with it. Can whipsaw you, but today it had big, powerful move off the lows. And just because I have that one, I'm just curious, did dries do anything? And no, dries didn't do anything. What's another one? Tops, no. Sino, no. SBLK, no, didn't do anything. CRME, is that a shipper or is it CMER? CMER. Forget it. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But so this GLBS, everybody's going to be watching this tomorrow, so we'll see. I guess I'll be watching it too. HIIQ, we spoke about this one in yesterday's video, and we got that move up. Now we're looking for the $21 break. We had a high of $21, so $21.10 might be enough to get this HIIQ going. And there was an insider purchase on HHIQ, if I can find it real fast. I don't want to delay the video. Here it is. HIIQ had an insider purchase of 7K at 2011. So that came out after the bell tonight on the top insider purchase list. So keep that one on watch for tomorrow. IDXG. This had news. I showed you the news. Popped up, pulled back. So this might be in play, maybe over that $2 spot on IDXG. And so keep that one on watch. Next one up, MBRX. This one is a lower volume, but over 500,000 shares, so not too bad. Looking for that higher day break or the $1 break. Had a high of 97 cents. So if you like these small ones under $1, MBRX might be one to watch for you. MEIP had an upgrade. Daily chart looks terrible. It's a low volume stock, and it did pop on the upgrade, so I don't know if I'm going to trade this one, but it did have an upgrade after hours tonight. I think the upgrade was, let me see if I can find it. Maybe not. Let's see. Here it is. MEIP Oppenheimer starts at outperform with a 650 price target. So that's on MEIP. So 650 price target. So we'll see. MNGA, I hate trading this stock, but it did get a pop. It had a hammer here. It popped up here. So if you like this one, it is getting some action, but it never trades really well. But, keep it on watch. MTLS. Now this is very low volume, very, very, very low volume, and but it is holding the 8 EMA here. If it can get up over $13 a share, maybe the volume will come in on MTLS, but be very careful. I mean, here's the 5-minute chart of MTLS. You definitely can't intraday trade that. I mean, this was a big day for it here, but other than that, this is a terrible 5-minute chart. So I probably won't even trade this, but the daily chart is nice, so keep your eye on it. NKTR, nice candle, nice close. 3 million shares, NKTR. It is a biotech stock, and we have a high of 2110 and 2111, closed at the highs. So possible continuation move, and actually after hours it's trading, got a bid up at 2118 on NKTR. Next one up, energy. There's, I believe, rumors are circulating around this one, but those are rumors. Had 7 million, 8 million, close to 8 million shares. Nice candle, but below the 50 SMA, but above the 200. So we'll see if this one can set up, for a trade if those rumors persist. Let me see what else. PTSG had earnings after the bell, and you see the pop grind up flagging now. So this one will be on watch as an earnings play. Might get a pullback on this one here. Next one up is PTI. For over 400,000 shares traded, starting to turn up, trying to get over the 13 yellow line, 13 EMA right here. So maybe, right? Not a favorite. RADA, not a favorite either, RADA. But, over 2 million shares traded. It did pop, but this is not a very easy intraday trading stock. But, it did have volume. It did push up, so it might be something you'd want to watch. RDUS, this one had news after the bell. Can't remember what it was. And so it popped, pulled back, flagging. We'll keep an eye on this one tomorrow, RDUS. Next one up is ROSG. And this one had 200,000 shares traded. Maybe, as a swing trade, it is starting to curl up, trying to break out over that $2 level. So, maybe keep ROSG on watch. SNAP, we kind of talked about this one already. Here's the daily, trying to get back over the 13 EMA yellow line right here. So, not an easy intraday trader. TCCO, this one has a nice candle, but the volume was very low, about 127,000 on the volume. But there's going to be eyes on this one because of this candle. But as you can see by the 5-minute chart, not a very good intraday trader, so be careful with that one. Wix we went over, and we talked about it being on the 50 SMA. XGTI, let's see, this one had a high 213, and if it can get back over 220, it closed at 195, so that might be too much. Maybe if it breaks back up over 210, this might get going again on XGTI. Keeps trying. There's a seller up in this area, and keeps pushing it back. So we'll see what that one wants to do. And XOMA, 150,000 shares, low volume, but nice candle. So, maybe over 680 on this name, on XOMA. But once again, this is one of those 5-minute charts that are funky looking and not a lot of volume in this name right now. But, if it should start to get, some volume in it, it could maybe pop up to the 200 SMA here. All right, so this has been Zozo Stock Watch. Once again, don't forget the market's closed on Monday, the 29th of May. Tomorrow is 25th of May, so you should be a little more ready than you were before you watched my video. If you liked my video, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and if you have any questions or anything you want to ask, put it down in the comments. If you like the videos, let me know. If you hate the videos, let me know. And thank you very much for listening. This has been Zozo Stock Watch, and have a very nice evening.